Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have the Citizen Promaster GMT 200-meter solar quartz diver, and this is model number BJ7111-86L. And as usual, we're going to open this thing up, look at all the features and functions, check out the build quality, wearability, and lume, and then I'll let you know what I think of this fantastic looking new GMT diver from Citizen. Spoiler alert, I love it. Now, as you know, I partnered up with Shopping in Japan and I'm very excited. They loan me these watches. I don't get to keep them, nor do I make a dime if any of y'all buy from them. However, you can save yourself some money by using my coupon code MAV20OFF. That's MAV20OFF, and that's going to save yourself $20 off your entire order, whether you buy one watch or 3 or 4 watches, doesn't make a difference. And basically, that's going to cover most of your shipping costs from Japan. So remember the coupon code MAV, MAV20OFF. Also, make sure you check out my Teespring merch store and pick yourself up a t-shirt or a mug. I'll put all of those links in the description field for you. So here you go, Citizen watch box. Let's open this thing up. And I'll go ahead and put up the specs on the left-hand side of the screen here in just a second. Man, this is one fantastic looking watch, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right off the bat, I love the look of this watch. Oops, almost forgot to show you the manual. There you go. There is your manual. I think it's in Japanese and English if I remember correctly. Yep. English in the front, Japanese in the back. There we go. Let's go ahead and put up these specs. Man, what a fantastic looking watch. I know I'm being kind of biased here already, telling you how much I like the watch at the very beginning of the review, but God, I love this thing, man. Such a good looking watch. All right, let me bring the specs up on my screen here. All right, here we go. You're looking at a 43mm super titanium with Duratec coated case. And basically what that Duratec coating is, it actually makes the titanium even harder. Titanium is normally about, on average, about 40 or 50% lighter and about 4 to 5 times harder than stainless steel. And that Duratec coating makes it even harder, much more scratch resistant. You're looking at 13.8 millimeters thick. It's 49.3 millimeters lug to lug. It's on a 22 millimeter titanium with Duratec coated bracelet as well. Of course, you get a sapphire crystal. It's water resistant to 200 meters, which is 660 feet. You've got the B877 movement with a 6-month power reserve. You get a signed screw down crown over here at 3 o'clock. The case back is also screwed down. Of course, it's not windable, but it is hackable. You have a date over there at 3 o'clock with a Cyclops. And you know, some of y'all are gonna love that. Some of y'all are gonna hate it. Some of y'all are not even gonna care. I'm in the don't care. I don't mind Cyclops, but some of y'all just absolutely hate them for some reason. You do not have a day function. You've got Citizen's proprietary lume. I have no idea what their formula is. I don't think anybody does. But it's, you know, it's really good lume. It's not as long lasting or as bright as Seiko's Lume Bright, but it definitely gets the job done. And I like the fact that they use that teal color lume with these watches. Pretty cool. You've got 120 click unidirectional bezel. It's got great click action. I'll demonstrate that here in a minute. You got a Japan movement, and it is cased in Thailand. First of all, I want to apologize. I'm losing my voice just a little bit, so if it sounds a little bit scratchy, that's the reason why. So let's go ahead and talk about this dial and bezel and all this good stuff. Look at this dial and that bezel. I love that kind of Colosseum look. Look how deep it is and how tall it is. Just a fantastic contrast between the blue sunburst dial and that kind of inner chapter ring of all white. And this is for your 24-hour dial. You can see 24 there up at the top. I mean, just such a good looking watch. You get all of those contrasting blues and whites and those little hints of red right there at 24. Of course, your GMT hand is red. And then you have the GMT logo that is also red. Again, you've got the Cyclops, which is perfectly placed over the date window. Again, I don't mind the Cyclops at all, especially getting older. It does make the date much easier to read. You've got nice looking hands. You'd have a skeletonized GMT hand, by the way. I forgot to mention that a couple seconds ago. The indexes are applied. They got a nice chrome bezel around each one of them. Just a fantastic looking dial, guys. You got aluminum insert bezel, great click action, 120 clicks. Let me go ahead and do this for you. And as usual, the bezel lines up perfectly with the 12 o'clock index. I wish Seiko would take notes about these things. There you go. Look at that. Perfect. Just a fantastic looking watch. I've never seen a chapter ring quite that deep. It even has like a little ledge. See it slopes down and then it goes down even further. See where the 4 is? Then you have that line underneath the 4. I mean, that is one deep, deep dial, guys. And again, I call it the Colosseum look, and I'll show you why. See how the Colosseum in Rome is just real deep and tall? That's kind of why I call it the Colosseum look. Anyway, just, I mean, one of the best looking watches I think I've ever seen. If y'all can't tell, I really like this watch. Also, the fact that the case and the bracelet are both titanium makes it super light, super, easy to wear. It kind of just melts on the wrist. You've got some nice knurling on the bezel right here. Mostly brushed surfaces all over the case. There's really not anything that's polished. You got a couple little polished pops on the crown, on the signed crown right there. But most of the case, guys, really is mostly brushed. You got some kind of real subdued crown guards over there at 3 o'clock. I mean, I love just looking at this watch. Visually, it's just stunning, man. That big, huge, white, deep chapter ring really does set this watch apart from a lot of other Citizen and basically any other brands. Just a really unique look for a watch. So let's go ahead and check out the bracelet. Man, Citizen has been killing it with the bracelet game. I mean, these bracelets are fan-frickin-tastic. I mean, the fit and finish is impeccable. The comfort is impeccable. The fact that this is titanium, again, it's super light, melts on the wrist. Just a really, really nice bracelet. Much better than just about anything that Seiko puts out, unfortunately, right now. I just love these. Now, look, milled scissor clasp. Why can't Seiko do this, guys? I don't understand it, man. I really don't understand why they can't up their bracelet game. But anyway, there you go. You do have 3 micro adjustments right here. You don't have a diver's extension. You don't get a lot of diver's extensions with Citizen watches. But anyway, not a big deal. You do have, like I said, 3 micro adjustments, milled scissor clasp. You can see right there it says, I think it says base titanium. Let me see, I can't read. Yep, base titanium. See if I can get that in focus for you. Man, my eyesight's just going to crap. There you go, base titanium. Let's look at the case back. I mean, your typical Citizen, super nice laser etched case back with all the information you need. Of course, it's a screw down case back. You got the Citizen logo in the middle. Base titanium, do not open. Basically all the stuff you're used to seeing from a Citizen case back. But very well done. There are the links. Again, all brushed. I can't really see any polished surfaces on these links. I think you have, yeah, I mean, guys, I think this is all brushed. Look at this. In fact, the more I look at the watch, I don't see any polished surfaces anywhere on the case or the bracelet except for that little area on the crown, the little area at the top of the bezel here. And guys, that's really about it, man. So anyway, the main, I guess, parlor trick with this watch is the fact that it has a GMT hand. Now, you could do 2 different things with this hand. I've currently got it to where it shows the military time. So you can see that it's almost, 2 o'clock. So if you go down to the GMT hand, I've got it showing military time, which means when that minute hand hits the 12 o'clock marker, that GMT hand is going to be perfectly pointing at 14 or 1400, because military time, all you do is add 12 to whatever current time it is. So when it hits 2 o'clock, that's going to be, add 12, that's 1400. When it gets over to 4 o'clock, the GMT hand is going to be pointing at 16, that's going to be 1600. But you can also use this, instead of telling military time, you can use it to keep time in another time zone. And what you do is you unscrew the crown, real nice crown action, by the way. You pop it out, and I can't remember which way this is, if you do it counterclockwise or clockwise. You have an independently adjustable hour hand. So if you want to use the GMT hand for an actual GMT purpose of keeping track of time in another time zone, you can just do the hand, and the hour hand will independently adjust. Okay? So you can do it that way, or you can pull the crown out again. Now the hour and minute hand are going to rotate in unison along with the GMT hand. So there you go. And then you get the GMT hand to whatever time you want. Say you want it 6 hours ahead. Let's just stop it right there. So let's say that's 10 o'clock. And if you want it 6 hours ahead, you push it back in, pull it back out one more time. Now you adjust the hour hand, over to, let's say, 3 o'clock. Okay, so now instead of the GMT hand showing the military time, it's going to show whatever time, who's 6 hours ahead of us. I think London is 6 hours ahead of us. So if it was 3 o'clock, you also have to make note whenever you rotate that hour hand, the date is going to change. So do that carefully. So when you rotate it around twice, look for the date to change. So basically you know what time it is, so you don't have the wrong date. But anyway, so London's 6 hours ahead. So if it's 3 o'clock here in the afternoon, it's about 9 o'clock over in London, okay? So now that's not 1900 hours, that's actual 9 o'clock. That's meaning that it's 9 o'clock over in London. So anyway, kind of a neat little trick that you can do with this watch. I'll go ahead and leave the time there. Again, I love this thing, man. It's about $422 over at Shopping in Japan, which I think is a great price. Now, they also have a couple different versions of this watch. They have a black dial version. They also have the Brave Blossoms version, which is the Japanese rugby team. And let me go ahead and put both of those up on the left-hand side of the screen for you. I personally like this one for the red, white, and blue, being the patriotic guy that I am. But those other two versions are really cool, especially that Brave Blossoms one on the far left. That's a good-looking watch. And, of course, you have the black dial version right next to that. Both, I mean, all three of them are great-looking watches, but I really like this version the best. So, guys, you know, again, if you want to get one of these, head on over to Shopping in Japan's website and pick one up for $422. And, again, remember to use the code MAV20 off. That's MAV20OFF. And that's $20 off your entire order, no matter how many watches you buy. And, again, that's going to cover most of your shipping from Japan. And let me go and try this thing on real quick. Oh, man. God, that bracelet is nice, man. Whew. Oh, God, what a good-looking watch. It's kind of got that Rolex look a little bit to it. Kind of got a little Rolex bling. Kind of, I don't know how to explain it, man. It just kind of looks like a Rolex a little bit. Really good-looking watch. Let me go ahead and kill the studio light and the monitor. Let's check out this Lume. I love the cobalt Lume that Citizen uses. I think just some of the best looking Lume on the market. Look at that. Oh, love it. Now this one, it looks like, yeah, it looks like they're not actually using that cobalt blue. They're just sticking with the green, which is fine. Yeah, this is all green. But look how the Lume lights up that chapter ring. So it looks like the chapter ring is kind of glowing too. Pretty cool, man. Oh, that is really cool. You know what? I think maybe, no, it's not lumed. God, that chapter ring really lights up. It almost looked like it was lumed just a little bit, but it's not. That's just the light from the indexes. Man, good looking watch and fantastic Lume as usual from Citizen. Really cool. All right, let me go ahead and turn everything back on and we'll finish up this review. I'd love to know y'all's thoughts on the watch. I mean, Citizen, guys, is just killing it right now. They are just waxing Seiko's ass, for lack of a better term. They are really just, I mean, they're at the top of their game. The fit and finish of their watches is impeccable. I've never had a problem with a Citizen watch ever. I mean, literally ever. All of the bezels have always lined up. I've never had any like lint or dust or anything on the dial or on the hands. I mean, their quality control is just on point, man. Really, really on point. Love this watch. Really, really nice watch. So guys, again, head on over to Shopping in Japan if you want to pick one up. All that information is going to be in the description field for you. And also remember to like and subscribe. Make sure you click that notification bell. I and all the other YouTubers really appreciate it when you do that. Guys, that's been about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next review. Take care. Bye-bye.